This week, the biggest Supreme Court ruling in decades finally came and went in a decision and in a split that really nobody saw coming. Chief Justice of the court, John Roberts, joining the liberal minority to let most, if not almost all, of Obama's healthcare law stand. It marks the end of a legal process that's been going on for the better part of a year. The initial Republican response at the state level to try to sue over the law after it was passed, but it is by no means the end of the fight we're going to continue to see.
I can assure you this, Republicans won't let up whatsoever in our determination to repeal this terrible law.
I will act to repeal Obamacare.
The ruling was incredibly anticipated. A fever pitch had built around that 10 o'clock hour on Thursday morning. Of course, as everybody now knows, in the rush to be first, several very large news organizations got it dead wrong.
The Supreme Court justices have struck down the individual mandate.
That means the mandate is gone.
We're now getting more information.
But beyond the initial embarrassment to those particular outlets yesterday, I think it reminded people, or should remind people rather, about some of the failures in the reporting over the Affordable Care Act throughout the last few years, including one of the most crucial moments when during the congressional recess of the summer of 2009, representatives fanned out across the country to sell the bill to their constituents, and the coverage of the discussion quickly became not at all about the content of the actual measure, but about who was shouting the loudest in these town halls. The chaos of yesterday's reporting at some level and the chaos of that initial reporting back in 2009, I think presents a neat uniformity at both ends of the equation.
This is a very confusing, very large opinion.
I think in the aftermath of yesterday's ruling, you've seen some pretty desperate spin on the part of Republicans.
Obamacare becomes
Obama tax.
I really don't think that's much of a weapon. A win is a win here, and the White House and the president won big on his major policy initiative. But also, more importantly, I'm still not sure it's advantageous for either side to get deeply into this as an election issue going to November. But I think the most important thing to remember this week and to take away from this week, aside from the politics, aside from the razor-thin nature of the ruling, aside from the media's mess-ups on Thursday, is that about 30 million Americans who otherwise wouldn't have access to affordable health care are closer to having it.